Right, yeah, okay, thanks for everyone for coming. Have you pressed record?
I have, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Got a camera holder in the back, so please don't swag, or else it will be recorded. Basically, I'm launching this trailer because it's through my dissertation studies, and it's the whole theory behind it is getting the message and architectural practice and architectural sort of essays out to a wider audience rather than just through us. The idea was to kind of get a variation of people to come, but we've all got stuff on at the moment. Okay. Basically, it all started last year in the dissertation electives when I chose the house module spaces. And this was all looking at spaces and the spaces that those spaces made between the spaces. So a lot of spaces. And it sort of challenged you to look at and think about spaces in a different way, rather than just, oh, you see a space and then that's how you take it in through other senses. They can see you've got, you can see how you feel through the space and the touch and then the sound. And all this sort of culminated in a sort of throughout a series of tutorials and that, we got told to examine space and partner up, and Megan and I decided to film a space by the Hustle Staircase. And that was all about looking at the same space but with one variable, and that was through time. So if you take a space at one point and then another point, and then compare those spaces, but rather than just seeing how it is, how it feels. And then we came about.
Ooh, let me take this shortcut. I'll cut a few minutes out of my journey. Seems kind of dodgy here, but it should be alright.
It's been a while since I've taken a shortcut like this. Oh, almost kicked that. Suppose I'll get to work faster though. Night shifts, I'm not the one. Desperately need the money though.
Ah, that breeze is horrible.
Oh. What's that funky smell?
Where's that place that sells some really good sandwiches? I'm so bloody hungry. God, I wish it was snowing. I'm so over it now. Someone hurry up, please. Oh, that breeze is horrible.
I can't think straight. I always feel so on edge.
I really can't be asked for uni. This project is going to take out of me, I can already tell. I can't be bothered at all. I wish I knew how to laser cut. It would save me so much time. Oh, that's cool graffiti on the stairs. That smell is getting really intense. This place hasn't been cleaned or looked after in ages. It's kind of rank.
swear place gets darker every time I'm here. It's this corner. This always gets me. Shit!
I just remembered to have that detailed workshop tomorrow. What did I have to bring again? I'm just gonna have to...
Wait! What was that?
I should probably do this seminar reading on...
Bollocks. This is not worth it.
Is it worth it? Maybe I won't do it.
It's so not worth it. It's really not.
I'll just wing it. No one does the readings anyways. Oh god, what time is it? I feel like I'm running late. Better get a move on. Oh shit.
I'm getting out of here.
That film was all about the way that space made you feel throughout different times of day, and there's key factors there that you can sort of pinpoint that make you feel in certain ways. And it was this that I wanted to explore more, and it was this field of environmental psychology. And through the filmmaking, I had a lot of fun doing that, and it's sort of these two ideas of the environmental psychology and representing them in a new way that people other outside of the architecture fields could view it would be through like a documentary. So I thought about writing a documentary and doing research and then doing interviews. And documentary style is another platform that's a lot wider than, say, academic texts. We've got like Netflix and YouTube. You can see all sorts of documentaries. And I've always loved like the cinematography of documentaries. It's just, that's a new way of seeing a certain environment through a lens and your representation of it. Through several tutorials, it became apparent that environmental psychology was vast, so I had to narrow down this field into a case study. So I needed a building that could, all the occupants within that building could be measured in certain ways. And it came about an office building, because you've got records for everyone who works there. And then through that I chose the core. This is a modern building, built in 2014. By Science Central. It's the first landmark building of the site. It's a joint venture between Newcastle City Council and Newcastle University. It's sort of this landmark for sustainability and well-being of offices. It's multi-tenanted, so there's lots of different things going on there, so you can get a wide variety of information. So I thought I'd have a go at just making this documentary. Then I went to Faulkner Brown, who are the architects for the core. This is Leighton Cooksey, the project architect. So I conducted an interview, and I'll be posting this interview on YouTube. You don't have to watch it, it's just as an appendix for the documentary, unless you do want to watch, just Leighton Cooksey chatting on. Quite an interesting guy, but he talks about environmental psychology and what he deems about good design. However, this is just sort of a talking heads. I needed some more to develop more on the documentary side, so I had to get B-rolls, when you get, so you'd have answering the questions of Leighton answering them, and then say he'd describe an office space, and then you'd have B-roll of an office space. And to go out and capture that, I needed to have a few more goes at that, and then so I decided when I went on the field trips, in Venice, that I'd have a go at this and then just document some places, and then I could maybe almost do my own documentary for design. And I had a go at that over the field trip, and this is what. Now that's 2.5 minutes of B-roll footage that I decided to take throughout the week, but that took a week to make, and with the time frame that I had, I think that like a half-hour documentary wouldn't be feasible. So I had a bit of a rethink and thought that I stripped it down to environmental psychology and basically what it is and what I'm trying to get across. Environmental psychology is the study of our built environment and the interactions that we have with our built environment and how they can affect us. And I think that's quite a scary fact, that the built environment can have such an influence over us. So I thought, when reading through different media articles, there was Marshall McLuhan said that the message is the media. The very way in which the message is portrayed is the message itself. So I thought, okay, so it's a horrifying fact, why not represent it as a horror? This has come back from the trips, and then I didn't have very long before my next dissertation tutorial, so I had to mix things around a bit, and I just made a horror film trailer. And this is the teaser trailer. My favourite as well. So, obviously I wasn't going to then film and create a story of like this whole feature-length movie, but I stuck with the trailer because the trailer has a lot of benefits over an actual movie itself. Is that it makes you think and it makes you question what the movie's going to be about and all the topics on it. I don't know if anyone else does this, but I definitely, whenever a new trailer comes out, there's loads of like trailer breakdowns, and like especially when like Marvel film comes out. I watched like a trailer breakdown. There's a huge increase in people in viewings of trailers, purely because people love to be teased about what is coming, and they don't want the answer straight away. They enjoy that. So this then became a play on environmental psychology in itself, because the genre of horror or psychedelic thriller, that has the most potential to influence you as a viewer, and that sort of is the message that I'm trying to get across through environmental psychology. And again, this will then evoke discussion rather than say an academic text or a film, whereas they have a lot of information within that answer the questions themselves. So this is where I came about the final product. Rather than just using bits of B-roll that I've already shot, I got together with my mate Will, who you've seen on all the posters, and we used a protagonist rather than in a documentary where you're just told through cinematography and it looks all pretty. Having this protagonist allows you to empathise with the character, and it allows you to almost understand more the point that I'm trying to get across with environmental psychology and how this horrifying factor is, rather than just being told it. And that's, again, a play on environmental psychology, that you're inside of this space, but you're not being told it, you're feeling it, and you've got these transactions with the space. And that's what the horror protagonist has over the documentary. So this is my final trailer, final product. like a trailer, I'm not going to say anything else. So I'm going to let you ask any questions that you want. There's a few sheets on the table with a few pens if you'd like to fill out the feedback. Thank you very much.